Good morning to our fans on the west coast of the United States. Good evening, Europe, and good afternoon to the East Coast. We are here for the Final Fantasy IV World Series of Free Enterprise. First qualifier for Catalite. I am Demerin2, and I am joined today, coming over from the Beyond Chaos community for Final Fantasy VI Mortale Mago. Good morning, and how are you doing?
Morning. A little tired, but excited to commentate a Catalite.
Yeah, this should be very entertaining, and by entertaining, probably going to be a bit of a slog at points because these are the most difficult flags that we're offering up to these runners.
Yeah, probably up there with most difficult that you'd want to try and race for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could see those flags, we've taken away your shops, we've taken away your agility agnostic, we've taken away the spoon, we've taken away a lot of your treasure. We've made a lot of key items hard to find, and we've locked up your party to the 5 that you can find. So these runners are going to be in for a test.
Yeah, at least they could possibly find an atom in our.
But they'll have to get it from a key item spot, or from the pigtail.
Oh, starting out with Sid to go with Cecil and Baron Key given from.
Yep, Sid is at least a little bit exciting because he's pretty tanky and is likely to carry the early game for this team. Dark Knight Cecil definitely needs to climb Ordeals to attain, full power. Plus, we're going to have to find him a sword.
There's a drain sword. Drain
There's a
sword, and
dwarf
there's a wonderful dwarf axe.
I think more importantly, in the treasury there in Baron, there's also a samurai bow and a star veil. Since our runners can't buy consumables, things like star veils, cure potions, life potions have a ton of value as the run goes.
We see Kane sitting at the table with Demist and spotted an hourglass.
Well, we're gonna have no end of bruisers here, which is great because Berserker strats tend to be favored strats for Zeromus on these flags. But yeah, so Cecil, Kane, Sid are 3 of the 5 characters in this seat at this point.
Looks like apparently we got a rune axe on Sid as well from.
Looks like the rune axe. Yeah, back grass and Baron.
Nice.
And with that dwarf axe, you can see Rexroll puts Sid in the back row with that rune axe in the center spot. But the back row glitch is super useful because now it makes Sid able to do full damage without taking full damage. Rexroll taking our first big gamble of the run, knowing that Sid can take down Mist Dragon, is probably looking for a freebie boss that he can stop with the Hourglass. And he ends up finding Water Hag, so he does get paid off here. The immediate gamble is going to be huge for Rexroll to
get the 2 key item possibilities here. From Water Hag and D-Mist and a 3rd character.
Yeah, not a play that a lot of players will make, but this one is this is going to be a really big start here. The rest of our runners are, playing this pretty standard. They're, just going around the world attempting to loot and figure out what's out there at the moment. But Rexroll's reward is the Darkness Crystal. Part of Go mode is attained immediately.
Nice. I completely missed who was at Kaipo when Kirasu.
I did too. There's a lot of early loot that's like important in the early game, so it can be very hard to sort of keep up with everything. But there was, again, we have Samurai Bow, we have a black belt shirt here in Damsian, so that's not the worst pickup, certainly.
Rex going to check out his demist key item.
Cat Claw on the grass too if Yang is in the seed, but we're starting to run out of cat.
So it could be good or bad to see a hook that early. Could end up with a hook seed or needing mag, hopefully voting magma.
Yeah, Hook is the harder of the two paths. The Underground, it requires that you kill two bosses that are far up in the progression of characters, which can be very, very difficult. Tarasu is the first character to summit Mount Hobbs and finds that our fourth character in the seed is going to be Tella. So 4 spots taken care of. No full-fledged White Mage yet for the Zeromus fight. This is going to be real interesting real fast.
Oh, yeah. But we do have the Ordeals special. And Dark Knight's Epistle, just not, off the start.
Yeah, if this is a hook seed, all of our runners are absolutely going to be climbing Ordeals before they go underground, because this kind of important. But Couch actually does kill Baigan at the Antline spot and does get the Magma Key, so the hook is going to be off the table today for our run.
Yep, just there for a quick chance at a 5th character, some more loot.
Yep, but no need to go that way, which will be ideal. You can see the fans are a little unhappy that the hook seed dream is dead, but our runners will probably be very happy to see that Magma Key.
Lasted so shortly.
Hope springs eternal, I guess.
Kirasu having a little bit of trouble with Calbrenna as the dolls have formed.
That's not good. That's bad.
I think he was trying to save his 1 hourglass there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be useful to have, especially if you don't know if you're on a hook seed or not yet. We know that they're not, but you still have to be very careful of that. So Tarasu is going to have to deal with the big doll because was not able to kill off all 6 of them before they formed into the large doll, and even worse, does 2 little damage to the big doll, and then they split back up again. Positives of this, Tarasu is going to get a ton of experience, but the negatives, of course, is that Tarasu is wasting a ton of time.
Yeah. Couch using an hourglass as soon as he sees the doll.
Yep, spending the resources makes a lot of sense here. Smilefire's asking, did Sid still axe himself? Yes, Sid still took a swing at himself from being confused because the attack was already queued up. The same thing happens with Berserk status if your Berserk status is removed, say like on Zeromus.
Yep, it takes like an extra round to get the status to go. Oh no, there's dolls again. The Calbrenna.
Alright, Silverfire has acquired their Magma Key, while Rexroll, who had an Earth Hammer in his inventory from someplace, uses that to just sweep the dolls instantly. No fuss, no muss, doesn't really need to think about it, and adds Tella onto adds Tella onto his retinue here.
Oh, great. I don't know where he got that earth hammer from, but that's very handy.
Yeah. So he ends up having the fastest of the Dancing Dolls fights here for sure.
Curious who getting through his there.
Silverfire is actually using Dark Knight Cecil's Dark Wave to attempt to kill the dolls as well. So trying to get in a bunch of damage on all of the dolls at one time and using Sid to just pick off the back.
Definitely a split in strategy so far.
Yep, so, kind of the looting plays continue. Couch is going to give us our first look at Castle Eblin and finds Mylan Z. Oh, and Tarasu just found the Earth Hammer. The Earth Hammer was in Damsian Castle.
Bricks were all giving us Eblin Cave here.
Yep, and Silverfire able to focus fire correctly to take down the dolls without a reformation. So we'll add on the old sage to their party. So all of our runners are with Tella.
So it looks like the only good item from Eblin Cave so far is a Moonwave.
We're kind of in we'll take anything at this point mode here as Couch does take down Mylan Z and gets the Sand Ruby from...
And our Eblin Cave character is Tella, so we're not going to get a nice, easy, free 5th character.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for everybody. And of course, Rex Rule, after not finding the 5th character in Cave Eblin, instead decides to summon the whale. So it's probably going to go check that moon character at this point.
Hoping to get lucky up there with an easy character. Seems the Sand Ruby character is another Tella.
You know what this seed needed? Another Tella.
We're currently up to 3 Tella sightings.
Yep, but with the no duplicates flag on, our runners can only have one.
Couch gonna be the first one to make an Ordeals play here.
Yeah, wants to, with Cecil and Tella in play, it's definitely time to unlock their full abilities list, but we don't know what bosses are up here yet. We've seen a couple of easy ones so far, so things probably are not going to get much better. Alright, we've got Silverfire and Tarasu treading old ground. Rexroll finds Dark Knight Cecil number 2 on the moon, which not helping his party cause any, so he's going to reset back to Earth. And Couch has found either Rubicant or Elements to start us off here on the mountain.
Looks like Rubicant. Sid taking very little damage from the fire twos there as he just got geared out, so he just needs to dodge a glare on. And then it'll be a pretty easy fight.
Tele can, in theory, cast Life 1 and res somebody, so there is that. But that glare hits for just enough to kill off Sid. It's not going to hit very hard in the spot, but, you know, given our equipment, it's going to hit hard.
Oh, yeah. Just over Sid's HP.
Yep, Silverfire, knowing that there's a character here in Baron Inn, is not going to be remiss in trying to add Kane to the group. Rexrool is losing to the one boss that everybody has a hard time with in this randomizer. That's right, the inventory boss.
He also finds a moon veil, looting Troy.
Yeah, not yet having the Magma Key because he hasn't done Antline Cave. Rexrool is probably very happy for that Moon Veil, but we'll probably put it to good use someplace else, knowing it's not a hook.
With 2 moon cards, very nice for this flag set to find.
Yeah, Couch trying to recover this fight a little bit here. Party's in pretty dire straits at the moment, having taken a lot of damage so far. But Couch is able to finish off Rubik in a tough fight that kind of pushed his team to the limit, and it's going to happily pop one of those 30 cabins to make things all right. I mean, when shops only have cabins, you buy a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. Finding Luge at the Mylon Z spot, fairly tame for bosses you could find there.
Yeah, and also if you have the Earth Hammer equipped, it's a fight that's actually also weak to the Earth Hammer, which so you can really just go through this really quickly. So we've got Rexrool looting the Toroya Towns area, which is not something that you see every day. Silverfire is going to go breach the moon and find that they're going to be very unhappy with the character up there. And there's a second moon veil in the back of Toroya Town as well for Rexroll.
With those 2, and if he loots Eblin Cave, we can end up with 3 moon veils in the overworld alone. So
It will be super useful if something is necessary, like the Asura spot, which is notorious for hitting really hard and really fast. So, you know, options certainly abound for, you know, for consumable resources. You know, if you sometimes don't see any of those at all during the fights.
Yeah. Kirisu equipping those charm arrows with his samurai bow for his first fight of Ordeal.
Yep, and kind of nerdy housewife asking if we've seen the 5th character yet. Nobody has yet to see the 5th character, so still at large, we are running a party of Cecil, Sid, Kane for bruisers, Tella for utility, and we don't know who the... Of note, Silverfire has finished the Baron Inn, but has not yet checked the Mist Dragon spot, so does not have the hook in their inventory yet. Or if they do, I think it was possibly clicked on Tarasio. I apologize.
Couch using the Earth Hammer there to take out Luge fast, and then slipping back to Runa.
Yep, taking advantage of that weakness and everything. Tarasu had a rough beat. Did get Tella got glared down, so Tella's not getting back up during this fight. So Tarasu's going to have to do this with try to do as much damage as possible at Sid.
Yeah, prompting a lot of fire 2 counters here, attacking with the close.
Yeah, Silverfire, our first runner, who's going to get the opportunity to take advantage of the fact that Jump does not net a counterattack of the Fire 2 from Rubicant, so is going to be doing damage without any sort of retaliation.
Using the Ice Rod item as well.
Yeah. Our runner's adding on another key item. His couch finds the spoon at the top of Ordeals, as 3 of our runners are currently in the process of breaching the summit of Ordeals, while our X-Roll has gone down to Antlion Cave and is going to be getting a Magma Key.
He's going to get the good news that it is not a hook seed, and no, the spoon flag is not. It's very sad. Looks like everyone kind of meeting in Ordeals, except Rex here doing Antlion first, and then probably going to head.
Yeah, Tarasu breaking out that Earth Hammer and just, using it to great effect on the Dr. Logai fight here.
Everyone pretty much full clearing except for Baron Key, but we saw Golbez there, so I don't think they're going to be rushing to go.
Yeah, that's a little bit less exciting, to be very honest. Nessa's asking in chat, what does Hook Seed mean? It means that Hook is the item that you need to use to go underground, so you go through Cave Eblin and through 2 very difficult bosses, one with 6,000 hit points and really high stats. They go very fast. And then the second boss with 23,000 hit points and also pretty good statistics, so can be a very big challenge to get underground that way.
Couch just gonna open it and then go over to get Kane and do his demist.
Yeah, it's very hard to pass up the assured 4th character before you start doing anything underground.
He's gonna have a very easy time of this though, bringing Tella's full spell list and Paladin Cecil.
I mean, he's not going to need any of that power he's going to find in just a moment, because Demist is going to go down in a couple of swings, and then Water Hag is going to go down in 3 no matter what we do.
Yeah.
Yep, as we see again, everybody is going to be breaching Ordeals now. Rex Rules our 4th person up there. Tella gets glared right off the bat, so not ideal. Tarasu relegates Octomom back to the sea, while Couch takes down Water Hag and relegates Water Hag back to the sea. And is our first runner to full clear all those points on Earth at this point, except for Baron.
Another thing, we did find a Soma drop at some point on all runners, so we could actually see media. As I'm reminded by seeing all Tellas of learned media.
Yeah, and the potential for rock strats and tough spots is hard to pass up a lot of the time. Alright, so Silverfire sinks the squid as Tarasu tries to run back down the mountain. Rexrule is going to be engaging Dr. Lagai right now, and Couch, I guess, is going to probably head underground at this point in time because we're starting to run a little thin on options.
Yeah, Couch going through selling off his entire inventory. That puts him at like 40 something cash. Looked like he was almost considering going to Baron key spot. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And it looks like he is going to the Baron Key spot at this point in time. Gonna pass up the free underground item at Land of Summon Monsters, and then stops, goes halfway into town, turns back around. And remembers he forgot to talk to Rhea's mom.
So now Tourist 2 actually going to be the first one underground here. And Couch actually going to actually do Baron before going underground.
First real major divergence of strategy at this point for our runners here. Silverfire is going to be our second racer to be disappointed by what's on the moon. Yeah, i.e. another Cecil.
Very major divergence is Tarasu is going into Fey March and Couch choosing to go visit Golbat.
Yep, the other major divergence for Tarasu is our only runner who has yet to finish up Baron Inn, so does not have Kane or the Darkness Crystal yet.
Or the hook from the Demons.
Interestingly enough, Silverfire decides that they're not done with the moon yet, as they're making a save outside of the Lunar path, which means it's likely that they're about to make a raid on the Lunar Hairdryer chest.
Find it first chest. Oh. It still has that hourglass. This is just nice and easy.
Yep, gonna just try and hope that the party stays alive. Crack the hourglass. This is 30,000 experience without life glitches, because life glitches are off for this run. But, 30,000 experience is just gonna be such a nice start for this party.
Oh, yeah.
So Tarasu found a white dress in Land of Summon Monsters, finds Evil Wall and a Lunar boss at the bottom of Land of Summon Monsters. And he's gone. He's out. He's seen enough.
That's an instant no.
I mean, with a Moonveil, Evil Wall, if you have enough damage, Evil Wall is potentially doable, but it's super dicey.
Mm-hmm. Now, Silver could life 2 glitch just with Tele if he has the timing correct. Actually, that's not a glitch.
Yeah, it's just raising the target back to full health, which is not a glitch at all.
Looks like he's gonna do that for one of the back ones. Yep. The back ones do give more experience there, right? So
Slightly.
yes, thank you to him.
The only thing is now that it's been raised back to life, the big thing is that one is not stopped anymore. So it's important
so
to be
it's
very,
dangerous.
very cognizant of that fact.
You have to wait for Tella's turn to come back around to hopefully get a stop to.
Yeah, I've got to focus fire it pretty hard otherwise. Yeah, a little bit risky.
Getting sketchy.
And Tella without the mana for a life 1. Silverfire is going to reset that grind and end up probably redoing it without the life 2, because losing the party members is very bad for, you know, an extra few thousand experience points.
Yeah. Tella just not having the mana pool to get a stop and a life, as well as 2 life 1.
Yeah, Couch is going to go back and save after taking down Golbez. No need to risk it and waste time on the second boss here. Catalite seeds are long enough as they are without wasting time on getting accidentally killed by bosses.
Yeah, taking down Golbez twice would be a little more time consuming.
Yeah, there are lots of bosses that you don't want to have to fight more than once. It's basically all of them. Yep, Tarasu finding a Grimoire in the basement of Dwarf Castle, which could be useful for a boss fight here or there, because you could cast Bahamut with it.
Looks like he's also full looting Dwarf Castle.
Mm-hmm. Couch's play on Baron is actually looking pretty good here, because the second boss is a freebie. It's the double Baron guards. So they are gonna use the mute bell from his inventory, not something you see every day, to lock down their transformation spells. Not a thing that you see every day, certainly.
Not really too much else exciting there from Dwarf Castle.
Now, as T3 loot usually is, exciting is not the word I have ever used to describe it.
Blizzard could be useful. Grabs that right afterward.
Ooh boy, that's not the 5th character I think most of our runners are going to want to see today. Bring on Karate Man. Mages are for suckers.
We can put that cat claw to use. But our only healer being Tella not going to be too ideal for getting to Zeromus and
Now, this is fine on non-Kata seeds because, you know, guaranteed access to Cure 3s plus near guaranteed access to Bacchus wines means that you can just berserk up everybody and just go to town and not worry about, you know, healing or stopping damage. But here, this could be a little bit interesting.
Tarasu heading back to grab his cane. Meanwhile, Rex Rawl is finding Leviathan in Dwarf Castle. I'm just gonna go loot the rest of Baron and maybe take a peek at that Odin spot. I think we've seen most of the freebie bosses.
Yeah, I think the other Baron guards are still out there, but most of the easy bosses are off of the table for sure.
Gosh, just found 2 Sirens in the Baron treasury.
Oh, with Moon Access, that's going to be fantastic, because those can be used on Gold Dragons for 120,000 experience apiece once you have 10 key items. Rexroll has no luck with Leviathan, as in that first spot in Dwarf Castle, the king of summon monsters just ices down his party pretty quickly here, and he is sent back to back outside. Nalme asking about the fifth. The fifth was in Baron Castle. It is Yang. We are free of a core white mage. No Fu, no Rosa, no Pora.
Couch had 3 silver apples, I believe that was, putting them on Tala to bump his HP.
Yeah, every little bit's going to help at this point for Tella. Whatever you can get, you can put on him is going to be handy.
He didn't cabin after doing so, though. He's gonna go check the Odin spot and not if. I think in his mind, this is just like, let's go check and see what this is. I don't know if I can beat it at this. Or you find King and Queen Eblon, and it.
Yeah, the free bosses just keep rolling. Let's hope the crystal's on the moon, because there's gonna be someone terrifying guarding it.
Oh yeah. The only freebies left being Dark Imps and the Baron guards that usually get vanilla 3D ends.
Yeah, so things are definitely going to start getting dicey. I mean, we have plenty of Moon and Star Veil, so Bahamut's pretty free at this point in most spots as well. So that's a bit less worrisome, at least, as well. But yeah, there's the chance. Kanaza's still out there. Even with Kane, Volvalis is dangerous. And so, there's still some problems out there for sure, even with Golbez off the table. Ogopogo still exists as well.
You can get Volvalis in a very dangerous, fast spot.
So Rexroll is also added on the Karate Man, because the Karate Man was also accessible through Dwarf Castle. So now he is our second runner, well aware that, his White Mage dreams are over.
He actually gets a somewhat freebie boss as a second Dwarf Castle, with us having Paladin Cecil. The Kane not getting the experience from that spot.
Couch adding on the Twin Harp from the boss spot at Odin, which of course could make the fans very happy if he keeps chasing that dream.
Pretty good party to go take on that spot as well, though.
Yeah, everybody can punch. It's a pretty good time. And Silverfire dumping some inventory, and they see those 2 Drain Swords, and I think the realization that Drain Sword might be the key to finishing this seed. as Rexroll picks up half of a Excalibur, the Legend Sword, is sitting in Dwarf Castle.
So we're checking out that moonbox. Finding Wyvern and noping out very.
The firepower is real. Full power Wyvern on these Catalite flags as well means that if you just stand there and you can't get a Star Veil off, Wyvern is going to open up its craw, mega nuke your party, and you're going to go back to your last save.
Not really having much damage at this point either. Could very fast go down to the reflected nukes after.
Yeah, you definitely need hit points and gear to survive those, and that's two things that, well, hit points won't be a problem once you can level some, but, gear is, gear's a little...
Couch has found the third Siren in, cave.
Yeah, I mean, probably looking more for, Cure 3s or Elixirs or something of that nature, but, we'll take Sirens at this point. Levels are...
Just super over level.
Yep, Silverfire has found Leviathan and is going to go and take down Dwarf Castle, which should go pretty straightforward because once Leviathan goes down, second boss is pretty easy.
Tarasu looting Baron, but not continuing on to.
Yeah, had a bit of a time with Golbez and has decided to nope out.
Not wanting to use one of the veils.
All right, I guess we'll have to give the fans what they want and let them hear what kind of music we've got on deck today. And Venerable's able to identify the deep cut. This is the Arcana battle theme. Wow, never heard of that one before.
Neither. And the boss here is Lunars.
Yep. Interestingly enough, one of the few bosses that you don't want to use the fight command on, so that's a really mean thing to see. Jump is going to kind of come in handy. Power is going to come in handy because both of those won't net the mass virus counter. As Silverfire takes down the Karate Man, adds a Karate Man to their party. They are a third runner to know that the full complement of characters includes no core white mage, excuse me.
Couch finding a wonderful item from the Twin Harp.
That is a pink tail, and our runners do have the hook, so that hook means that ends up being an adamant armor, which is going to be great. The big question here is, though, do you put it on Tella?
Mm. I know we have a white robe on him at the moment. He doesn't have bad defense. It would bring him back up to, like, you know, normal-ish level character stats.
Yeah, Tarasu deciding to dip down deeper into the upper tower because of the Mad Ogre chest here. Wants to clear this out for experience.
So we're all taking down Fagul, finally, going to doubling it up with the first part of the pan check.
And Couch very happily snagging that adamant armor.
He's going to be very glad that he chose to go through Baron before going. Actually going right to top of tower before doing anything else under.
I mean, there's not a ton of options. It's the single dive into Sylph Cave, which none of our runners have completed yet. It's the top of the tower, or it's the lunar boss, deathscape that is down below at Land of Summon.
It's going to be Magus Sisters, and we have Runex, and I thought we had a mute knife on that could be equipped.
Yeah, the rune axes are going to be really where the big power is at, so that's super important. It looks like Rex is about to give us our look at what the first Sheila item is here as well.
It's a vanilla pan.
Oh, man.
So it's gonna be guaranteed double dip in Sylph Cave.
I love double dipping Sylph Cave.
At least Rex is only having to double dip Fagul and not.
Yep. Silverfire taking advantage of Golbez's innate weakness to fire, interestingly enough. Hey, everybody, if you want to speedrun this game, Golbez is weak to fire. And picks off Golbez quite quick.
Now they're going to loot Baron as well and get those wonderful sirens that catch.
Yep, sirens are pretty fantastic.
Poison Claw not a bad find either.
Yeah, already have this Cat Claw, but they also can add on a Poison Claw, and that's not such a bad deal either. Yeah, that Rune Axe and Claws are doing a lot of work here in this particular spot for Couch. Just drilling through the sisters pretty quickly here.
We get an Earth Crystal from the Sylph.
More reasons to not go up to the moon? Yeah, that sounds great.
18 more wonderful chests to check for a chance at some curative.
Couch finds the vanilla tower key at the top of the tower. Well, so that's anybody dipping tower for keyless tower is gonna get well, I guess that counts as rewarded. It's a key item.
Yeah.
Couch sitting very happily at 9. One more means that those sirens are probably in play on the moon for 10 key items as well.
Rex turning the pan back in and getting a Luca key. So continuing the let's not go to the moon yet.
I mean, that also means that there are 10 key items on Earth, which means we could get double experience, because double experience is one of the few nice things we've given our runners on these flags. That just means that we could go up to the moon with double experience and burn off those sirens potentially. Tarasu looks like Tarasu doesn't have Yang yet, so does not know that Drain Sword is probably going to be very important. Does not know that Cat Claw is going to be very important. This could be a little bit painful.
Not the items you want to be ditching there. Oh, actually bringing them all back. Just don't delete them. Oh
boy, it's hard to watch. Couch is looting the tower on the way down in hopes of finding some extra experience and items from the alerts, as well as, we'll take any healing items we can get our hands on. Rexroll is in Castle Eblin here. Again, we're whatever we can get our hands on experience and item wise, we are grabbing everything right now with no white mages.
Interesting to see if Silverfire follows that twin heart chain after they get it.
Well, they'd have to go do Odin first, but that if they check it, they'll get it.
That was from Odin, that's right. Did Couch just find what I think he found? No, it was this shield. I saw Crystal and got excited that it was the sword.
Yeah, no, if it were the sword, I would have probably lost my mind, honestly, because that would have been game changing for sure for the Zeromus fight.
Wrong Crystal.
Alright, Silverfire is going to get their Vanilla Pan in a few minutes. Tarasu is in Dwarf Castle and is going to find out that Yang is the 5th character, which will probably make him very unhappy. Couch gets a ninja hat from that chest, which is a pretty good pickup, honestly. The extra speed, definitely not something to cough at.
I think we found too many headbands or bandanas either, so...
Alright, so Silverfire has bypassed the Odin spot at this point in time, and so did not get their Twin Heart. Rexroll is fussing around right now, landing some Cure 2s to keep themselves hale and hearty as their hunt for not key items but key consumables is still in play.
Hourglass 3, not a bad fun.
Yep, there's key item number 11 on Earth. The rat tail is coming out from the tower key at the top of the tower.
There'll be some slim pickings for key items between the moon and the summit.
And key item number 12 pops out. It's the one I think everybody wanted to see. The rat tail, Adamant Grotto, we have a crystal, everybody. Runners who don't like doing keyless tower are going to be incredibly sad today.
Keyless tower turns out to be the answer. We're going to see Couch immediately go to the moon here. And Tarasu finishing up Dwarf here. And Rex continuing to go through Evelyn. Rex doing the last half here of Evelyn Castle. He still picked up the pan and is now going back down to whacking. It'll be interesting to see if they go to Troya and possibly go to Earth. I believe 3 Sirens total. There was one in Dark Elf Cave. So 2 in Bear and then 1 there. So 3 Sirens on Couch's side. With 10 key items, that's 500,000 experience. Oh wait, no, that would be if you could life glitch. So 360,000 experience, so still nothing to scoff at. I don't think he's going to want to life to a King Ryu. Next, we're all finding a strength ring in the right side of Evelyn Castle. I believe it is the first one of those we found. I guess strength ring and crystal helm were the only things beside really useful out of Evelyn. Other than the cure.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't think we've seen any Cure 3s, either 2s or elixirs yet.
Couch is just heading straight for that Siren. I believe we had 34 racers total in the world.
This flag set apparently is incredibly popular.
Definitely gonna make for an interesting Z fight still though, with Tella is your
Yeah.
pretty easy crystal access.
Yeah, this is by no means free though. Couch gonna go save before grinding. Rexroll is in front of Cave Bahamut, which means I think it's time for somebody to get baited by the moon, sadly. So Silverfire is doing something really, really interesting here. You can see that the entire party is on 1 health except for Cecil, who was healed to full before the start of the fight. And so is going to use Cecil's, high tankiness to kind of get through, but there's only one thing, is that this strategy probably requires a Moon Veil to lock down fully so that Cecil can cover and never take damage.
Yeah.
And they have a change of heart and decide, I've got better things to do. Hirasu is down here in Baron Castle, is going to get nothing from the king, but, we know that there's a pink tail behind the Odin spot that's free.
Couch actually checking Moonboss first and getting Dark Elf.
Well, Silverfire also wants no part of Keyless Tower, and instead they're going to decide to take a moment. Thought they were going to go to the moon.
They hadn't gone and turned the pan back in yet.
I'm certain that they're going to see the Luca key, because that's exactly what they want. Yeah, Couch is doing moon bosses because Couch needs experience points more than anything, and any sort of endgame gear is gonna be super helpful. If he can get his hands on an Avenger sword, he'll probably be as happy as it gets.
Yeah, a little low to want to be attempting those King Ryus, I think. I was just hoping Tella can hit this stop.
As Kainazo of the 4 elements decides it's time to take a bite out of Rexroll's team, so they go down. Couch is trying to take care of Dark Elf here.
Rasu gonna go get his Siren. Goes the Dark Elf, and between 7 and 10 levels for every character.
200,000 experience points.
And a crystal ring.
Tirasu is gonna avoid the Odin spot at this point, ends up grabbing the silver apple on top of everything else, and so is not going to get the twin heart for basically free.
Okay, just gonna go into those king rounds. Much more healthy and level to take a.
Yeah, Rexroll taking a second crack at the elements here in Cave Bahamut. Mylan Z the Mylan Z form clamps down on Yang instantly, killing him pretty fast. Twin Harp for Silverfire attained. Terasu saving after looting. I don't think they've finished the second boss in Baron, that means, so they're going to go back down and have to take down the second boss here. And Silverfire also picking up an Aegis shield pretty happily, as that is the best shield for a physical fighting character on the Zeromus fight, interestingly enough. That has the highest magic evasion of any shield.
Couch having a little bit of trouble with his grind fight there. Gonna move the crystal ring to Tella for a little bit.
Yeah, get those weeks up more quickly is super useful for sure. DJ ATC asking about the weapon status on the seed. We have seen a Gungnir Lance. There's a couple of rune axes that popped out of T3 chests, which are not the worst either. So, you know, most of our runners are working off of, like, you know, double rune axe Gungnir, or like rune axe Gungnir, like flame sword for Cecil. Rexroll also found a white spear, so, you know, nice upgrade for sure.
Yeah, just the rune axe possible for Cecil. No agility agnostic means he's just gonna take a nap. Couch keeps losing his Tella, who's just trying to get level.
Yeah, every little bit helps, but the problem is that when you're also trying to kill off Cecil to make Cecil not get experience points, what ends up happening is you can't use Cecil to cover for Tella.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Silverfire did go down and do the Odin spot and is following the Twin Harp.
Music for everybody a second time, but also more importantly, a pink tail.
Tella showing off that, you know, weak is a hard spell to actually hit.
Yep. Tella is not always the most accurate caster because his stats are low, so spells tend to miss a fair bit as well.
Yeah, and you really don't want to put him in the middle here. Would drop Sid's damage a little bit. Couch just accidentally clicked a Siren on the save point instead of it. So gonna need to go do that grind fight.
That's a bit of a time loss for sure there. Just trying to get the experience the way that he wants it. And all the sirens are basically super precious at this point, so don't want to get rid of any of them.
Rasu for a second there was debating making the keyless tower.
And of course, incomplete information. What Tarasu does not know is that keyless tower is the right answer.
Instead, gonna go turn in or follow the Sheila path. Couch using a coffin there on the set.
Yeah, this time gets the experience lined up the way that he wants, and so is going to very happily now go back and save and cabin, and probably do it 2 more times.
Everyone's sitting around level 40 for him.
Yep, making good time in terms of levels here. Again, a lot of it's going to come down to how do we execute a very difficult Zeromus fight. And Silverfire adds on the pink tail. Rexrule is probably headed straight down to the ribbon spot to try and check those double chests. Tarasu adds on that Sand Ruby finally from Castle.
Couch through his second grind fight. It works. We're all finding that nice dark elf fight there.
Yep, the Silverfire is going to go ahead and grab their adamant armor now because that makes a ton of sense. Passing up power is probably a bad idea. They also carry out one of their own personal superstitions, which is they grab a yellow chocobo from the chocobo forest after doing Dark Elf and ride it back to the airship and go Neum, probably. Invenerable's asking if Couch is life-2ing Kinryu's here, and the answer to that is no. Tel's limited magic pool tends to make that problematic. Double so on Catalite seeds, where refilling mana is not a thing.
You'd have to have like a Dragoon Spear or something to easily kill them without. I mean, Yang hitting for 3,500 could do it. And you might not get the experience on all 4 you.
Yeah, it would definitely take 3. It would definitely take 3 of those punches to take out the roughly 9,000 health dragon. Yeah, and Venerable and Couch had 3 sirens total, so the fast 360,000 experience makes a ton of sense here. Alright, Tarasu's going to see the 2 bosses down here and be very sad, while Silverfire is the one runner breaching new ground at this point in time, has decided to go down and check out what's in Luca Cave. The sealed cave probably doesn't have anything, knowing how many key items are out there.
I think Couch gonna do some more moon bosses here. Maybe some more moon trap chests or something. Only sitting around level 45-ish, I think, on everyone.
The finds Volus at the Ogopogo spot. This is not the worst, I think. Yeah, Rexerol, of course, went to make the moon play and is in the process of not getting the crystal from the moon because we know it's not there. Silverfire is in the process of checking Sealed Cave, which is a sensible call, but hopefully does not have a key item, because if it does, then we're going to see another boss here. The Adamant is an Excalibur. That's an interesting pickup for sure.
Oh, yeah. There's reason to not continually kill off your assist. Oh yeah, that's an adamant going on to Cecil due to that fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be again, incredibly scary final fight, but we're gonna see how that breaks down. Terasu does not take down Evil Wall, much like the rest of our run.
A very fast Bahamut in this spot, but I think the magic power might be really low.
Invenerable in chat, one of our top runners, is contemplating how they would take down the Zeromus fight. Silverfire's contemplating how badly they don't want to fight Bahamut right now, and decides to leave the Adamant behind instead, which makes
Leaving behind the Excalibur. Yeah, I thought that spot was really bad.
Silverfire looking over those 4 Sirens, not quite sure what they want to do, but it looks like they're done with Sealed Cave, they're done with everything else. They're gonna go into Keyless Tower, which is going to make them very happy. Terasu hot on their heels, gonna make them very happy. Bahamut from the Ogopogo spot is not the prize Couch cares about. The prize Couch cares about was those extra levels.
Damage dealer sitting around 47, 48. Tella at 45, still a little. Pale
Yeah,
Dim, not a bad find though.
Oh.
A lot of health in this spot though, I think.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be a little bit, but we'll get there for sure. The tough thing is you can see Tella currently sitting on, even with some apples backing it up, 1,128 hit points.
For a level 45 Tella, that's very low health. His health pool is not the best.
His health growth is, lower than any other character in the game. It's pretty much irredeemable for the most part, unless you level Tella to, really lofty heights, and even then, you're backing it up with really bad stats, so the magic defense stays pretty low. Tella's a little scary. Not sure how we're going to take down Zeromus is probably what this play is saying to me. And admittedly, I'll be the first to say it, even I don't know how to take down Zeromus at this point with this group, so we'll see how this plays out.
Hope Tella can get multiple. Well, that ribbon will be a little help. I don't know if we found any ethers or elixirs either to give Tella MP back in this room.
Yeah, I think Tarasu has one elixir kicking around in his inventory, but that's about the... Yeah, RM Sports asking about Cure 3s in an item shop. There are no Cure 3s in item shops. It is cabins all the way down. Couch is 41 of them. Alright, Silverfire has nicked their tower key from the Magus trio. Tarasu very shortly following. Again, still right hot on Silverfire's heels. Rex Rule is going down here to see Volvalis at this. Wexel in chat joking, so many timeshares for sale. Yeah, you'd think this is Final Fantasy 1, the number of houses everybody's buying. Couch is in the process of rearranging gear. Adamant armor to Tella here. I think it's time.
I think he's going for it with an adamant armor, a ribbon, and a crystal ring on that Tella.
I mean, that is literally the best defensive gear you can get in the game, hands down, period, for a character. Couch is playing to protect the white mage being Telha.
We have his will as high as we can possibly get it. And still not the great.
100 maximum MP and a will score in the 40s, everybody.
43 will, even with an adamant and a silent staff for plus 20.
Although it is time for the most important question in Free Enterprise, potentially right after this one particular fight.
I think that will score might have couch second guessing his Tella is some more XP.
I mean, yeah, every little bit, right? But eventually you do have to decide to go and make a play.
Yeah, that could be a play there.
Yeah, and Ben, that would win the fight. We've seen that happen before. It takes a while. It is an unpleasantly long way to do the Zeromus fight, but it's doable.
Yeah, it's a Dwarfax. You're right there. I think we've seen 2 of those.
Yep. So on the way down, Silverfire is looting chests here, looking for additional stuff along the way down. Again, I guess they're also now in the consumable grind here. Whatever they can get their hands on, they'll appreciate. Rexroll is still taking on Volvalis here, but, even with the spin, just getting through for really good damage. Kane or not, does not seem to matter. Just, this spot is very healthy. And Couch is going to go back and save that little bit of experience that he's gotten, just to be sure. Silverfire almost drops at Ether 1, goes, no, I'm actually excited to see an Ether 1, grabs it and adds it to their inventory.
Yeah. I don't think Couch actually found that Ether 1.
Probably not. Tarasu adds on their Earth Crystal, so pushing them out to 4, 7, and looks like 11 key items now. Silverfire going to add on their Rat Tail and likely to turn it in a moment. All of our runners at 10 key items now.
I don't think we've seen anyone check Troy a treasury either. Those 18 chests could have some useful consumables.
I mean, we'll take anything at this point, right? Plexel asking if you find a Siren in a chest in these flags, will it still work? Yes, Couch used 3 of them for leveling. I think Tarasu has 3, Silverfire has 4, and I know Rexroll has at least 1 for sure. Right, Tarasu adds on the Luca key here from Sheila, but of course, Silverfire is going to be our second featured runner to turn in the Rat Tail, and attain at least item go mode, if not character go mode, being a little bit less. Rexroll's party is in abysmal shape at the moment, as Valvalis has been just whittling this team down. It's gonna really come down to the wire with this Sid and Cease.
And Couch has made his way to Zeromus, so
more importantly, whose butt are we gonna kick this afternoon? Also, while we've been waiting, Tarasu has added on the Tarasu is about to add on the crystal to his inventory as well. What in the ever-loving world is that?
I have no idea.
Julicent in chat is letting us know that's the final boss of Fire Emblem Fates.
Well, I know it's taking up the entire screen.
I think the funny thing is thinking about this, Couch speedruns a Final Fantasy IV ROM hack that he does the entire final fight just jumping with Kain. Now, he won't have the curative items that he's used to having for that particular fight, but there's a chance that we're going to see Kain getting over some big bangs here for Couch as this fight goes on.
Mm-hmm. Using Cecil and a Cure 1 to nerf the first Bing.
Yeah, this could get really interesting really quickly, but Intel is going to be channeling Cure 3. Had enough health to survive the nerf Big Bang.
I don't know if Cure 3 is going to cut it there. It's only 500. He might have enough to survive a second nerf Big.
I mean, he's gotta get the nerf timing down here. I mean, without a Big Bang nerf, Tella is definitely dead.
No nerf on this one.
Now it's really going to come down to, do we have the damage output to make this happen? In the interim, Tarasu is in Cave Bahamut looting, while Silverfire found a Bacchus wine from a trap chest. Kills a behemoth for 120,000 experience points as well, but the alcohol might just be the real prize there with this party.
First Bacchus wine site.
The seed's not completely dry, apparently.
I think Couch is going to go look for some more trap chests. He might find that himself.
Yeah, let the looting of the lunar subterrane begin.
Finding one of the tamer trap chests. Oh, Rexrall found the officer and 3 soldier fight on his side.
Yep, good times. Going to take that down, get a bunch of levels and everybody. It was like 4 for the group, which is not so bad. It is the Wyvern spot, which is also pretty easy, and it's going to net, well, a completely useless piece of equipment.
No edge here to use.
But does push his party levels into the low 40s, which is great. Silverfire, they're right around level 38 at the moment, so they're a little bit behind on experience right now, but unlike Rexrule does have their crystal in their inventory, Tarasu in a similar boat, sitting around level 35.
Couch getting a glass helm out of that trap chest. Definitely not what he wanted.
And coming through an SRL chat, this one probably not going to come to much of a surprise for big fans of Free Enterprise here. Simbu has finished in first place on this seed. No white mage needed in 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 39 seconds. So GG to Simbu. Congratulations on qualifying for definitely the toughest of the final. And yes, for those asking in chat what the path was to the crystal, the path to victory was to go up Keyless Tower. It was then to get the tower key from the top of the tower, turn the tower key in at the center of the tower to get the rat tail, take that rat tail over to the Adamant Grotto, turn that rat tail in for a crystal, and then go ahead and, summit, drop into the lunar subterranean, kill Zeromus in an hour and a half.
Couch finding the officer 3 soldier fight here too. Get some nice experience. Looks like Rexrall has found the Fabul Gauntlet.
And since he does not have the crystal yet, he is not gonna not do the Fabul Gauntlet, sadly. Couch is going to very happily pick up the officers and soldiers here. And Tarasu is heading back to Earth at the moment. I'm not certain what their plan is here. Maybe it's to pick up more experience in slightly easier spots to sort of jumpstart the process a little bit. But they are headed back to Earth at the moment. And in the interim, they're going to use the sirens for dragons, it looks like.
Looks like, yeah, yellow dragons to try and jumpstart a little more.
Yep. While Silverfire has found the Warlock and Tri-Carry chests, so going to zerk up a couple of the fighters and just hammer through this as well for the experience.
And Silver choosing to have Cecil gain levels with the rest of the party instead of just killing them off like Couch chose to do. Not as worried about the agility, more about the extra damage Cecil can.
Yeah, might be thinking about Drain Sword strats here, because I'm pretty sure that Silverfire did put the Adamant armor on Cecil as well.
No, they did when they were thinking X-Cal was coming. I don't know if I didn't actually see. Couch up to level 49 on Tella there, still at 1200 health.
Tella does not lift. Tella does not even know what the meaning of lift is. Tella has probably not lifted something in 45 years at this point.
Meanwhile, Silverfire getting another Behemoth Trap Chest, so some more experience. And Chirasu going into the... Without an underflow glitch or life possible, this would be a very slow dragon.
Dragon Grind is not available on these flags because that requires that we turn on random encounters.
That's right.
The Searcher double beamer into D-Machine fight is not the most rare encounter in the table. The most rare encounter in the table is single D-Machine. And Sirens only conjure up the most rare one, so that's what you get. Silverfire found an item that might end up being a linchpin to their Zeromus strategy at this point, as they've picked up a cursed ring from that last trap check.
Very nice. Karasu did net another Siren out of Giant so far. Couch picking up another Rune Axe from a trap chest on his... Rex, I believe, is on the last fight of his gauntlet.
Yeah, that was a heck of a fight. That took quite some time. Silverfire is now popping Sirens for levels as well, so trying to finish out what they're doing here. And Tarasu gets his hands on a crystal sword.
Oh.
While Rexroll finds an Excalibur at the full gauntlet for Cecil, which is certainly an item. And of course, also in the SRL chat, this is definitely not going to come as a surprise to anybody because Dusty Griff has said that this is his favorite flag set by far. But he's through second place, 137.17. He is now 5 for 5 on final tables. He's the only runner who's perfect, and he will remain perfect. And, well, to everybody else in the field, good news, Dusty Griff is not going to be in the rest of the qualifiers.
Couch going for it again here. I think with the fact you're going to have to get a lot of levels here, full clearing the moon isn't going to be as painful. He's doing his grind before going to get crystal, whereas everyone else is doing grind after, so it might not hurt him as much.
Yep, Taras
finally goes down to make the play.
Yep, so he's there. Tarasu's getting eaten by Plague and the Giant here, which is, just not doing enough damage to get through this. Silverfire is saved. They might be happy with what they've got. They might be calling it a day and heading down to the core. We shall see in a moment.
think Tarasu wants that massive amount of experience there and just not gonna have.
Yep, while Rexroll is considering the Bahamut spotting.
Looks like the couch changed up his order a little bit, moved Yang to the middle, doing about 4K hit now with that accuracy. Much more than I think he was doing the first time through.
Yeah, so we'll see how this ends up playing out here.
Wow, everyone, including Cecil, survives the first nerf Big Bang.
Yeah, but that Cure 4 lands for a mighty 500 healing on the party. Those low stats are a thing.
That's around what his Cure 3 hit with Cecil dead. Wondering if he still has the white robe we could throw on Cecil to bump his will up. Definitely getting a lot more damage in so far. There's that second shake.
Yeah, I mean, that not likely to stop the second Big Bang with the amount of damage that we're putting out here, but you know, every little bit helps. Rexroll taking on the elements now. Again, back to that fight. Looking like it's going much better with the extra level he's got. Tarasu is, you know, deciding what the game plan is in regards to what they want to do, and it looks like it's going to be go down to the ribbon chest, much like most runners do. Silverfire is going to decide how much health they want on this party, so that they can go and take down Zeromus at this point, because we know it's possible.
Yeah, they might just be going for around what Couch has on his Tela for HP. Meanwhile, Rexroll finds a Dragoon Spear from that, though.
Yeah, while Couch has settled this fight down nicely, it looks like. You know, is putting out some pretty good damage here.
Zerk, you got the reset, maybe?
Yeah,
no shake and no Big Bang.
Yeah, Zerk Yang is doing work at this point. Big Bang 2 pops out now. It's gonna take some of this party apart, but we still got Yang.
So have around the 4K damage a hit coming from Yang. Yang will be able to survive at least one.
Good news, Yang does not need to survive one more Big Bang. That's medio.
Oh boy.
And it looks like through the power of the most powerful weapons in the world, left hand and right hand, Couch is finished in third place, 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 20 seconds is the official SRL time, so congrats to...
It's not a bad time for the chance to make the final table off either.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're going to see a really wide spread of time, so missing second place by only 5 minutes might be enough to get Couch in on Z-Score, but I'm certain to see that Couch will probably take another crack or two at the qualifiers too. No.
Oh yeah. Looks like Rex going to make the Land of Summon Monster boss play here. Gonna get the bad news that the moon boss down here is.
Yeah, well, it looks like Silverfire may be setting up for a push on Zeromus here at level 53 or so, and we are joined by our third place finisher today, Couch 23. GG Couch, very nice run overall.
Oh, thank you.
I think the big thing everyone wants to know is when you saw Yang pop out as character number 5, where was your mind going at that point in regards to how you wanted to handle the balance of the seed?
I don't know. I really have no idea. I saw 4 fighters and I'm just like, well, we're kind of gonna be hanging on the edge here. But I had no real strategy when I saw the full team. I was just like, I need levels. Bad.
Well, that's what the moon's for, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You did a very early tower dive.
Yeah, I was. I don't know. It's just something about it told me to go to the tower. I don't know. I went underground. I was like, let's just go up the tower. Why not?
It was the first thing you did underground, if I remember.
Yeah, I did everything above ground and then I went underground.
I mean, basically, that is just the equivalent of going in and winging it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, in the interim, by the way, Error has finished in 4th place at 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 46 seconds. So, Couch, with this 3rd place finish, you're not officially in the final table, but, you know, there's a good chance that you are. Are we going to see you coming out for the other qualifiers anyway, or are you good on Catalite at this point?
We'll have to see how I feel. As of right now, probably not. I'll probably just wing it and go from here, see if we make it in. But I don't know. I might get a wild hair and say, hey, I'll join this one.
Absolutely. We'll definitely be looking forward to it either way. You know, hopefully you can keep on coming out and running these runs for everybody.
Oh, of course. And I hope the turnouts continue to be astounding. So many people that are joining these races. It's great to see.
Yeah, 34 folk for a Catalite was something that shocked and surprised me when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Right, so we do have Silverfire on the Zeromus fight here. So do you have any final thoughts, Couch, so that we can kind of get us to the end?
No, that's it. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for having me restreamed. I appreciate it. Good luck to everybody else who's finishing up, and can't wait to do more.
Absolutely. Thanks for giving us a fantastic show today, Couch.
All right, take care.
Interesting. Silverfire started this fight with a drain sword equipped on Cecil to lower the.
The reason that the Drain Sword is equipped at this point in time is because, you know, we need to do damage and we need to keep a character alive. Cecil with Drain Sword will survive pretty much everything at this point. Even with the reduced damage that the Drain Sword is going to give them, they're still going to be able to push through a lot of damage and keep Cecil alive. Although, they started the fight with the Drain Sword.
Started,
right?
yeah.
I have it backwards. You're right. They were using that for agility and manipulation purposes.
I would have probably done the Dwarf Axe, maybe, for the plus strength and agility. Drain Sword also -5.
Yeah, it's a subtle difference, but it might matter at this point. We'll see.
I think that's what 10 strength difference. Just a little bit of damage difference. Might be a multiplier.
Yeah, it's almost always going to be a multiplier at 10.
Rex, meanwhile, doing everything besides going to tower.
Yeah, Rex is falling down every rabbit hole that he can potentially find at this point. Big Bang 2 for Silverfire here. This is looking a little bit dicey at the moment. They're down to Sid and Cecil, and I guess they've had enough at this point. Tarasu's still out there hunting for experience points at the moment.
Luckily for Rex here, it's just an adamant from this, and he already has an X-Cal, so he'll probably just nope out. We're also going for that Cave Bahamut play there as well.
And Silverfire is on the hunt for more experience at this point. Not happy with the party floating around level 53. And Rexroll is going to find this adamant. I don't know if he's going to try and take it out of the cave or not here, but we'll see. I think he already has an Excalibur. There's no point for this at this point.
He's going to try to do it for the experience. He might nope as soon as he sees Bahamut.
I mean, I think he's thinking with all the extra levels he's gotten from the moon that Bahamut is not going to be a threat at this point.
Yeah, it might just take the experience.
Yep, Silverfire is going to get the crystal ring here to go with the package down from below in the ribbon spot. Probably doesn't care about the package at all, but the crystal ring's a nice find as we have other runners have. The 2 extra levels certainly doesn't hurt either. And in news from the SRL chat, Rivers McCown has finished in 5th place, SRL time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 8 seconds.
And down goes Bahamut for Rex. So warp out using.
Yep, gonna make their way out. Silverfire is still looting a little bit on the way down. Tarasu is also heading down towards the core, likely to do. Is this to do Ogopogo spot, or are they just going for? Are they just going down all the way? Though they've already done Ogopogo spot. Looks like they're gonna try and finish on this party.
And moving battle speed to 3. Just gonna.
Yeah, that is definitely. I'm gonna go and try and kill Zeromus here. Likely to be a very exciting finish. Silverfire is going to get a tiny bit more experience on the way down, but it's likely to be a very exciting finish between Tarasu and Silverfire. All right, so Tarasu about to get his first look at Zeromus. Silverfire on their way down. Party floating around level 55 to 57. As on the way down, they find double dragons on the way down, so they're going to get a little bit of extra experience here as long as they can take this apart without too much trouble.
This is another really high experience, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, no, double dragons red is the most experience, and red-blue is the second most experience out of a trap chest, so this is going to probably net 2 more levels for everybody. In the interim, Moonblaze Wolf has crossed the finish line here in 6th place. Official SRL time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 13 seconds. Rexroll, continuing to do literally everything except for Keyless Tower here, has decided it's time to head on up to the top of Tower of Zot, which we have not seen. While Tarasu catches a nuke on Yang here, so we're seeing how the damage output is right now, as they're just trying to keep as many characters alive as is possible. Nerf Big Bang is still enough to kill 800 health Tella, so we're not off to a great start here. Not a ton of ways to heal either. Silverfire finds a silver apple in the Doubles Dragons chest, so it's going to at least add on that. And instead of going to do Zeromus, it looks like they're going to go and save those 4 levels that they've picked up at this point in time for themselves before going down to dive.
Yeah, the HP from that and the extra 50 gonna make Tella almost maybe survive an unnerf. It's a low.
Yeah, they could. Tella could get low rolled, and that could be a big difference maker for sure. Tarasu is looking to try and push out. Went for the nerf with the crystal. Now Sid's in trouble. Gonna die to this big bang. Gang gonna die to this big bang.
Might just elixir Cecil. He can't. If Kane can get it. Hope the crystal sword doesn't.
Yeah, only trouble Cecil with 2,700 hit points would need to get 2 good rolls to survive 2 big bangs, and then have to dodge Meteos the rest of the way down potentially if the damage is enough.
Just lost his berserk.
Yeah, it's just a bad scene all the way around. We're in a bit of a dicey spot. In theory, you could equip the Drain Sword and try and go for it that way, but
yeah, with all those plus stats from the crystals, would still be hitting pretty hard.
And a blast of virus for 1,200 damage, and Cecil is down. The party is down, and Tarasu is going to take his first wipe on Zero. A Silverfire looks like with the gear out layout has all of the gear on Yang, and it looks like it's going to be all the money on the Karate Man here, and that near probably right around 5,000 hit points. So counting on getting Yang through at least 4 big bangs without terribly much healing on it. Rexroll leaving Tower of Zot with that little bit of extra experience. Tarasu finds the officer and soldiers at the Wyvern spot and is going to go ahead and take that down for the big stack of experience.
Meanwhile, Rex getting a pass for his.
Well, unless he needs to level more, he won't be going back to the moon, that means.
Yep. Yes, to redo the Zeromus fight, it'll be very fast redoing.
And speaking of redoing the Zeromus fight, we've got Cecil firing off the crystal to start this fight.
He's going to continue the everything he can but tower, as he's going to go to Baron, which could lead him to doing...
Yep, Silverfire starting off, landing a single slow on Zeromus here. Nuke on Sid is probably what you want to see here, honestly, even though it's going to do near over 2,000 damage. It's not bad. So, Bacchus Wine. So we've got Bacchus Wine on Yang. We've got Berserk being cast on Sid. Kane jumping. Cecil has a Drain Sword. So, we're counting on Yang getting us most of the way here, it looks like. And then we are going to count on Cecil's Drain Sword getting us the rest of the way, most likely.
Yeah. Yang, not in middle, still hitting for 4K is very nice.
Yeah, the power of double cat claw, adamant armor, berserk, bandana, Yang is something else.
Getting 500 healing almost from Cecil's Gear 2 there is nice as well with the extra. Hoping to keep Tella.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking a lot more stable for Silverfire this time around. Tarasu adds on that ninja shirt, but again, more importantly, the experience point. While Rexerol is now taking on Golbez, so again, now at the Baron, the Baron portion of the rabbit hole. So running out of rabbit holes to fall down. Big Bang 2 out for Silverfire. Sid dead. Tella also dead. No life potions at all, so no recovering dead characters here, but the damage is really good right now.
The Drain Sword hitting for 1,500 and healing for around 12. And 4K from the other two.
And
5 on Yang.
And it looks like, missed no black hole. Looks like Silverfire has pushed past the black hole. So we're in phase 2. The damage is real. The damage is real good right now. And Kane dodges a Big Bang, too. This is looking really nice.
Got a Bacchus and a Berserk off.
Yeah, in the interim, Scratch Dragon is finished in 7th place, 2 hours, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. Silverfire is now still getting in with that Drain Sword, still getting in with all of this. Nuke goes out from Zeromus and is bounced off the Moonveil that Silverfire threw up on Kane to keep him alive. Kane survives. Silverfire looks really good right now in terms of damage out. And more importantly, we've got rocks. And there we go. Spear in hand, Kane drives the point home. Silverfire is going to be our number 8 finisher at this point. SRL time was 2:02:20. Thank you, stream delay. Swimmy Leone has finished in 9th place, 2:03:10, and Kabai has finished in 10th place at 2:03:32. So GG to all three.
4 finishers there within a little over a minute.
Yeah, that's really good.
Tell me something.
Hello.
And there is Silverfire, and sounds like Silverfire's little one in the background as well. GG Sil, congratulations on your 8th place finish.
Yeah, I wish I'd done a little better, but I kind of botched my first C fight and maybe also underestimated how much damage I needed, like how much damage output I needed.
Yep, you ended up on a very similar strategy to Couch, putting a lot of damage on Yang, having Yang basically carry the day for the most part in terms of being zerked up for damage out.
And then it was like a half mistake to have the Drain Sword on Cecil, and then I'm like, you know what, this is actually working really well, I'm committing to it.
Yeah, I mean, at 800 damage a swing, if you can get off 3 swings, you know, Cecil can never die at least, so you know it's going to be a kill. It just can be a very slow kill.
Yep, but I figured at that point it's like, you know, if Yang doesn't pull through, then Cecil will probably be able to handle the rest, or rather Cecil and hopefully Kane jumping over Big Banks. Which is why I put the Moon Veil up on Kane right after the Black Hole.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense ultimately. So what was the game plan when you realized that the white mage you had was going to be just Tella and you had 4 bruisers? What was kind of the game plan at that point?
I mean, that's actually pretty, so the white mage being Tella was actually the same as I had in practice last night. So that part was okay. On the other hand, last night I had Palom. So, I mean, it was basically just like, I thought about going to the moon a little earlier, and I'm like, no, one thing I've learned from practice is that the moon is only worth it if you can really cut through those bosses. And there's no way a pile of level 30 melee characters can cut through the moon bosses.
Yeah, and that decision ends up paying off as you ended up eventually getting to do Keyless Tower and picking up your crystal off of that chain, which ended up working out pretty well, but it took a little while to get there.
Yeah.
And you're probably not the only person who have caught a Zeromus wipe along the way as well, so wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, it's still like, it's my #1 priority in these seeds to not wipe on Zeromus. Especially when it's one of these weird setups where, like, that's the real check of execution is, did you wipe on Zeromus or not? And like, so if I hadn't wiped on Zeromus, I was looking at like a good 15 minutes faster. Just because I also took some time after that Z-wipe to get levels.
Yeah, admittedly, that would have been the difference between a 4th and 5th place finish and an 8th place finish, so that's kind of a big deal. Well, we do have 2 other runners who are in the process of finishing up. Tarasu's over at Tarasu's doing the gauntlet, while Rexroll is, you know, doing King and Queen of Eblin at this point, so is going to get their harp and probably their pink tail as they again continue to avoid Keyless Tower like their life dependent. So, do you have anything else for us this fine afternoon before we get back to the race?
No.
And are you going to be back for more qualifiers at this point? I mean, 8th place is certainly not going to get you to the final table.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll see if I can actually make them. Because as you may have noticed, I have little ones running around during this whole thing.
Daddy.
All right, so we'll let you go. And enjoy your evening, and hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the qualifier.
All right, take care. Thank you.
I wanna play can I play a game? Daddy, can I play?
I think Rex is going to do absolutely everything before. Does get the 2 sirens here. Get a little extra.
Yeah, Rex rule is definitely definitely in the realm of I am doing literally everything in this game. Rex rule is going to probably 100% except for Wyvern and maybe Evil One.
Might be 100 minus the bosses. Yep, here comes the twin heart.
Yep. While over in SRL chat, Choco Sura is our number 11 finisher today. Total time of 2:09 and 12 seconds. So GG Choco Sura. Choco Sura being one of our 2 runners with 2 final table wins at this point, which is really exciting. And as they are charging up the standings at this point.
Wondering if Tarasu is going to go for more levels here. Try to go do the Zeromus.
I mean, they're not
Passing.
Tarasu. Yeah, passing chess means no interest in doing trap chess, which means not getting experience points. So, heading out. All right, so Rexroll is now on Dark Elf, the Magnus fight. While Tarasu is going to be taking another crack at the Big Z here. It looks like, and looks like he wants to be done with this seed today.
He does have that crystal sword, so he could have a big amount of damage come out. Just can he survive long enough to dish it out?
That has certainly been the question, and the answer to that is usually if you can do enough damage, it won't matter. You've just got to really pour it on. So we'll see if he's got the lineup to pour it on.
Looks like we have a 12th place finisher in Baka Shinobi with a time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 4.
Not bad at all. I mean, with this sort of a lineup, just being able to finish alone is definitely worth it. 12th place out of 34. Nothing to cough at for sure. And so for Tarasu, here we go one more time.
Oh, Rex getting the pink tail there.
Yep, so I'm sure Rex is going to be pretty happy with that adamant armor, but is still, going to be pretty unhappy with the fact that they have avoided the Achilles Tower the entire time, which is just kind of a bad break for sure. It's kind of how these seeds play out sometimes. Sometimes you gamble on missing one spot, and the spot that you missed is the spot that you needed. it isn't free enterprise unless you get terribly rabbit holed.
Now it's down to is Rex gonna go for the tower? Go into summon boss. Try to take evil wall.
Alright, so Tarasu trying to use the crystal for nerfs, trying to nerf the second Big Bang in this particular fight. Out comes the counter nuke. Counter nuke is going to eat Tella. Tella is down.
Looks like one of the two he was hoping for to hit was the Teller came.
Yeah, it's really going to be up to, it's really, again, going to be kind of up to Yang, and mostly just Yang at this point. We've got what looks like Crystal Sword Cecil and Cat Claw Yang here, trying to kind of get it through here. As here's the shake for Big Bang number 3. Is the damage enough here? Gonna go for a nerf here on this Big Bang at this point. Counters on Yang. Yang is definitely dead at this point. That could be very problematic. So now it looks like it's time for Tarasu to try to ride the Cecil train all the way to the end here. 1,500 hit points and counting down. I mean, Tarasu definitely showing off knowledge of how to nerf Big Bangs here with the Crystal. Continues to get these Big Bang nerfs off, but the major problem here is these nukes are just, you know, again, they're just dropping the party pretty quickly on top of it. So it looks like the damage output is just not quite there for Tarasu on this front. Yep, now we've got just nuke from Zeromus for Tarasu just out there from just transitioning to phase 2. Looks like Cecil may not be able to do this on his own. As we are really starting to get down to the nuts and bolts of it all here. In the interim, we did have a 13 Penguinator, 217.02, and then just behind at 218 even was Neon Gray, finishing in 14th place.
Rex just got 2/3 of the way ahead of the tower and remembered that he didn't do the...
Ooh, that's bad. So he's going to stop and turn around, so slight time loss, but better that he remembered than forgot.
Remembered on his way out instead of all the way.
Yeah, Tarasu dashing down to Zeromus again. Probably going to try and make a couple of adjustments here. Yeah, Rexroll now doing the tower key. Going to kill this. Going to one-shot this Kainazo, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. He's at pretty good enough levels. He could go back up, pop 2 Sirens, and those 2 Sirens he found in the Z level. He had not done Baron, so he got to those levels doing all of Moon without them.
I mean, he had 10 key items, but he didn't have much of anything else at that point. Yep, 15th place finisher, Rumblefish 82 at 219.28, and just behind in 16th, Zilch is at 219. And Tarasu is here again on the onto the final fight, and so is going to go ahead and pop the crystal and get this party started one more time.
Rex making his way out, gonna get his rat tail.
And he's going to turn in that rat tail and realize the eternal truth of it all. And Rexroll is going to be our 4th and final on-stream runner to get the crystal here.
Which is go mode at almost 2 hours, 21 minutes. Rabbit hold into the moon.
Rabbit hole pretty much everywhere, but does have pass, so can just go over to do Zeromus right now if he wants. Tarasu catching this big bang. Tella survives, which is actually a really good sign, and Cecil is doing premium damage right now, doing over 6,000 damage a swing. This Cure 4 is going to land for like 400 health, but it might just be enough to kind of keep things going.
Looks like Rex might be going without popping those 2 Sirens.
I mean, I think after 2 hours, I think he's seen enough at this point. Having some agility issues with Cecil. 31's just fine. 28 is preferable, but 31 is okay at that point. So we'll kind of. Tarasu this time is. Sorry, go ahead.
He's at 26 with Drain Sword, Dwarf Axe. I might go down and do a couple Dragon. Get him to 28.
Yeah, to get there, you would need to be at 53. So that would be level 53 for 33 agility. And Tarasu this time having a much better show of it at this point in time, with the party surviving a lot of the damage here, and the damage output looking a lot better this time around. So, you know, hopefully he's got this under some semblance of control here. Crystal Sword Cecil is a workhorse, to be sure.
Dex is ready to go.
Yep, for Tarasu.
Battle speed down to.
Yep, Tarasu is deciding to elixir Cecil because Cecil is the primary damage dealer at this point. You know, he is numero uno. That one elixir hopefully will get Cecil through a couple of more big bangs and get this fight to finish strong.
I'm wondering where he got that, because he's the only one of our featured runners to have it.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been early on, something that everybody else wouldn't have done, but I totally missed it. It might have been from the Giant as well. with the nuke on Yang. That's perfect. That looks real good, honestly.
Yep, able to have Kane jump over it and keep his Cecil.
Yeah, I mean, just gonna swing with Kane. It's just gonna swing with Yang here. Cecil's really the only character we care about at this point. It is literally going to be up to Cecil to push us through the rest of this.
We hope Kane can get over. Kane might survive this, and they'll get a little more.
It looks like it's going to be time for some Cure 2s on Cecil here. I'm going to make some hands to stay patched up here. 700 health is a lot, honestly.
Could maybe use his Cure 2 item there as well. Oh, the nuke goes on to Cecil.
That's not what we wanted to see. As Rexroll with this party, slightly, in that same realm of hit points and levels that Tarasu is at right now, is going to take his first shot at Zeromus. Tarasu is real close to the end here, one way or the other. And the Big Bang out is probably going to lay waste to the team, and this is going to be another tough break for Tarasu. The damage was looking a lot better this time. He got to phase 2, but just comes up a little bit shy. Rexroll now trying to settle in this party right now. Kane's in the air, first Big Bang coming out. Party is A-OK at the moment. We've got Rune Axe on Sid. We've got Kane jumping, probably with White Spear, I believe Rexroll has. Yang is again going to be kind of the linchpin of the offense here, doing all of the damage right now. And here we go. We're going to hit those power punches with Yang and try and just work our way through this fight. Excalibur Cecil also going to do some massive damage.
Tarasu gonna go try to get some trap chests here.
Yeah, Tarasu's kind of in that every little bit of equipment can help, or every little bit of experience can help moment. So just trying to get a little bit more on this party right now. Rex is pushing out an immense amount of damage right now, so just gonna try and keep Tella in good shape here. Yang is just hammering away right now. Big Bang number 2 comes out. Tella's gone. The rest of the party is still okay, but with Tella gone, the healing is also with it in extremely bad shape. Going to count on Cecil keeping Yang alive here in that tough spot of Kane being kind of the primary damage dealer, as Cecil also being a primary damage dealer, but also having to do a little bit of spot healing. So
Yeah, getting black hold there, not gonna help. I don't know if he had Berserk on anyone or not. Oh, he's gonna swap over to that Drain Sword on.
he's fully committed to the bit now. He's got Drain Sword Cecil.
Drain Sword Cecil, jumping Kane, and Yang do whatever you can before.
Even going for nerfs with the crystal here, so hoping to just trying to stop as much damage as is possible to make sure that Drain Sword Cecil can kind of push us the rest of the way through this over the finish line, basically.
Getting the nuke to land on Sid is the ideal target. I'm hoping Yang will survive the nerf here.
Yeah, it's going to be enough for both Yang and Kane to survive, but we're basically, they're in kind of in one more attack territory. They're basically completely out of resources for healing, so Rexroll is just going to have to push with Drain Sword Cecil here, doing about 500 damage.
That's a really nice time to black hole to come out instead of like a virus or nuke. There's a nuke and it hits Yang.
Nope, Yang's gone forever. So it's really time to just tape down that A button and hope for the best here.
Yang gonna get another jump off here. Ruining more. Hoping for another like 3,600 jump like the last one.
Yeah, the damage output is solid there. The Big Bang's gonna hit. Kane's 11 hit points might survive this one.
Down to just the Drain Sword Cecil.
Yep, now it's just time to lean on that A button. Not much else can be done at this point.
That was an unnerfed Big Bang hitting Cecil for 1,300.
That's a good sign. That's, again, 1,300 is like 2 swings re-healed, but this one hits for 2k.
It's gonna take 3 swings to get back pretty much.
I mean, this swing needs to be a good swing to survive the nuke incoming, because there'll be a nuke and just needs to survive a nuke. It needs to get hit by this nuke for less than like 1,400, and even then,
wow, just barely. Less than 30 health.
yeah, that's rough. It's a shuffling around gear, trying to figure out who gets what.
Zeromus was going a little fast. Is he gonna put the adamant on Kane? Maybe.
I was thinking, yeah, it is going to be Kane. He's going to probably do Drain Sword Kane strats here now.
I was almost considering just throwing it on Cess. Going for Drain Sword. Ross is still going for the extra XP.
Yeah, Tarasi trying to find every little drop that can extract from the moon. In the interim, Poitrak, 17th place, 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 7 seconds. Yeah, the problem with putting the Drain Sword user in the middle, of course, is that your Drain Sword user is also likely going to be wearing an adamant armor, so that's an agility thing, but also it does not matter because we have Cecil in the party and no AA, so it actually does not matter. So yeah, if you're going to use a Drain Sword, put your Drain Sword wielder in the middle for the extra accuracy.
Still just has the Kane or the Sid in the middle, just trying to get more damage at it. Bump his accuracy up. Here you go, Tarasu finding the Warlock carry. It's a nice fast one for some experience. Again, bringing Cecilum with the Drain Sword over the Dwarf.
Yeah, and then immediately takes the Drain Sword off of Cecil.
Using the crystal for the nerf.
Yeah, Yang gonna lose 2,000 health right off the bat here. Drasu finds that extra rune axe from the core here and is going to go back and I believe save the rest of this experience. Again, Yang doing immense amounts of damage here. Again, punching with the power command for about 4,500 right now. Excalibur Cecil is berserked at the and Kane is jumping, and Sid's hitting for about 2k. So, again, the damage looks good enough. It's just a matter of, will we just have enough time to get through all of it?
Mm-hmm. That adamant on Kane bumping his damage by like 5 to 800-ish. Sitting around 4 now.
Tella gonna patch up the party here, going into Big Bang number 2. Tella's life is about to be forfeit again. 1,100 health. Tella does not really have a good opportunity to say, survive. Literally lines up the crystal, going for a Big Bang.
Sid's pretty good target for that.
Sid is pretty much at this point the best target for that.
Karasu making his way down to 0. Off those extra levels he got from the trap chest.
Absolutely, and Tella survives the nerfed Big Bang here, so Tella's still standing. Berserks are down. Tella's going to get off one last Cure 4 to the party here, hitting for around 1,000, which is actually probably the biggest Cure 4 we've seen from Tella at this point. Getting Tella through this much of the fight has been a boon here, as I believe it looks like Rexroll has pushed us over into phase. Now it's time to put that Drain Sword on Kane and go to work.
Back row Drain Sword Kane only doing about 500-ish.
You can jump with Drain Sword Kane, though, and do jump damage, and it's not the worst. With that Dwarf Axe, Kane is back row glitched at least, so he's doing as much damage as he possibly can at this point.
At 5. Might be worth it to jump with. We're gonna get a lot more.
Yeah, nerf late from Rexroll this time around, so Party is gonna take this Big Bang.
Oh, we have 2 more finishers. Iker in 19th with a time of 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 41 seconds. And Trenton GL in 20th with a time of 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 47.
Alright, Tarasu is also starting up the fight as well here, so Tarasu gonna try and set up some Zerks and try and get this fight roll. Gonna go with Zerker Cecil here, so I'm assuming that's with that crystal sword as from before. Gonna go in with the crystal for the first nerf. The nerf is gonna hit Yang, so Yang is gonna be, banged up but not in bad shape. So this is a good start for Tarasu, damage-wise and setup-wise, going into Big Bang. Rex roll is down to Kane. Kane is jumping for about 800 damage here, so we're trying to get out of the way of Big Bangs as well as get that drain damage out. But that's not about to happen, as Zeromus is fast. And Big Bang is going to take him out.
Doing pretty good with damage there. Yang notably doing a lot less. I know he lost out on the cat claw. And I don't think he looted Baron, so he might have lost out on the poison claw.
Yeah, I know that there were 2 cat claws out there. A lot of our runners have the one from Mist, and I don't remember where the other one was, but they're kind of holding it together with that at this. Rexroll decided to keep grinding at this point in time. Tarasu is down Yang at this, or down Tella with this.
You said elixir on Cecil.
All right, so we've got some jumps coming out here. Again, we're kind of, we've got Crystal Sword Cecil. We're still racing the clock a little bit as we push on into the 2-hour 40-minute plus time frame here.
JD nerf with King.
Yeah, gonna try to keep Cecil alive as long as possible here. JDP has finished in 21st place, 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 23.
Breck's gonna go pop those sirens again for King.
Gang is down. This Big Bang did not get nerfed. Kane is at no health at this point.
This one over the HP reset. Looks out as the nuke doesn't hit Cecil.
Yeah, gonna sneak in a little bit more jump damage with Kane. Again, the clock is ticking real fast here. Big Bang unnerfed. Cecil should survive this, but again, this is basically gonna.
Wu Bear finishing in 22nd with a time of 2 hours 42 minutes and 0 seconds.
And this Big Bang is gonna wipe up Tarasu, and it looks like Tarasu has decided to throw in the towel to this Zeromus. And at this point, 2 hours and 45 minutes into this seed, we are going to wrap this up, Mortale. What do you think about your first being Catalite?
It seems like a pretty tame Catalite.
All the way up until the end, right?
Yep, up until that experience grind in Z5. definitely haven't actually run a Catalite yet.
You should. They're real interesting. They're a lot of fun. I mean, the flags are really designed for customizability, so, everybody out there should certainly try the randomizer, ff4fe.com. And I know these runners have definitely challenged themselves for you, so you should definitely give them a follow as well.
Yeah. Definitely follow the runners here.
We they're all fantastic players. They're all actually big community people too, so they definitely deserve the follow. But of course, with Rex going to probably take another crack, if you want to keep watching, Rex will try and wrap this seed up. We're going to go ahead and raid him now. So thank you all for coming out, and everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Hope to see you at 8 p.m. tonight.
Yep, have a good rest of your day.